would KastKing come out with a $300 reel? That's just idiotic. What's up, everyone? It's Jose, and guess what? We're talking about the MGTI from KastKing. And why the heck did KastKing even come out with it? So what is the MGTI? The MGTI came originally from the Kestrel. Remember the Kestrel, 4.4 ounces, world's lightest bait caster, bait finesse reel? And then it went from there, it evolved into the MG12. See, with the Kestrel Elite, people were saying, hey, it's great, magnesium frame, carbon fiber, looks awesome. I wish it had a normal size spool. The MG12, we came out with the MG12 and everyone's like, hey, this is a phenomenal reel, but it still doesn't hold much line and I don't like the tiny handle. And so when we decided to push into I guess what you would say a full-size reel, that's where the MGTI was born. Now the TI meaning titanium spool, titanium main shaft. And it's true titanium. We are the first and the only with a true titanium spool and titanium main shaft. I had one guy tell me 2 weekends ago when I was at a tournament, he was like, yeah, the brand that he is affiliated with, he's like, yeah, they have a titanium spool. I said, no, they don't. He's like, yeah, they do. And I was like, bro, no, they do not. This is the only titanium spool. So why would they go with titanium, right? Titanium is actually very difficult to manufacture. That's why a lot of people don't do it. A lot of research and development goes into it, right? But now it's 250% stronger, 350% harder than aluminum. That's why. So now we can go super thin with low inertia and you could throw down a 1/16 ounce bait. 1/16, that's absolutely insane. So that was a lot of technology to be packed into a reel, and that's why KastKing charges $300 for it. Now, a lot of people have said, well, since they came out with this $300 reel, they forgot about their fans. They forgot about the affordability. That is incorrect also. If you look on the website, literally from like $34.95, $39.95, $50, $60, $70, all the way to $299 and above, we have a reel for every budget. So for a lot of people, yeah, you know, a $300 reel just doesn't make sense. And for those that are like, I would never spend $300 on a KastKing, that's fine, don't. The people that do want it and do want this amazing technology will use it. And I have not heard anything bad, nothing that's where they're like, that's just ridiculous, this reel sucks, it's not worth that kind of money, from anyone that we have sent these reels out to use. And I've sent it to people that are going to 1000% give me the truth. And they even told me, hey, Jose, don't take this as an insult. But as we were using it, I had to keep telling myself, this does not feel like a KastKing reel. And I said, I do not take that as an insult at all, because as I've used it, I keep going, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. This reel does not feel like anything that we've used. And that's from the spool, the main shaft, the Halo Vortex braking system, and even stuff like, yeah, a clicking drag and a clicking spool tension knob. And it even has a little haptic feedback. So you feel every single click. And that's that small stuff that really matters. It's the attention to detail, everything from the box opening experience to your first cast. It's absolutely insane. Now, how is KastKing able to really do this technology, right? There's only, if you think about companies, real companies that have their own manufacturing, their own factories, it's only Shimano and Daiwa. Regardless of what you think you know or who told you or your buddy told you, all the other real companies get all their stuff from the factories in China or the 2 factories in South Korea. Doyo and Banex are the more higher end factories in South Korea that make amazing reels. Remember our Bassinator, people used to love the KastKing Bassinator, that's where that was made. And so everyone gets all their stuff from the same factories. Now KastKing this year built their own factory. So along with Shimano and Daiwa, now KastKing has their own factory. I mean, you walk into that factory and everyone's wearing KastKing uniforms, jumpsuits, shirts, say KastKing on the front and on the back. That is KastKing's place, their factory, their molds. That's why you don't see this style, this design, this frame, because the molds aren't going to be just leaked into her. A lot of these other factories, I could walk in and be like, hey, I want to make the Jose fishing reel. And they'll be like, all right, buddy, pick out what specs you want, the color, how many pieces you want, your MOQ, and we'll send it right to your house. We don't do that at KastKing. KastKing does it themselves. So how do I use the MGTI? As you already know, I am a bank fisherman and a kayak fisherman. So I don't have a boat with 30 freaking rods and reels in it. So I need to utilize and be efficient with the rods that I bring on with me. So I'll have 2 MGTIs, one on the Sage Getting Jiggy and the other one on the freestyle rod. And that covers so much because I could literally go down with the same rod with the freestyle. I can literally throw a weightless Senko and then immediately, even a weightless fluke, and then go with the same setup, go right into a full-size jig or even a large spinnerbait, which is, to me, absolutely insane. Normally, there's no way this is going to be able to cast out a weightless fluke and then also throw a full-size jig. I mean, that's going to be an entire setup to do all that. And so it's versatile. And it feels so great in the hand. And that's the truth about the MGTI and why KastKing thinks they can charge $300, because it is an amazing reel. It is by far the best reel KastKing has ever developed, ever made, from the first time you put it in your hand to the first cast. So, if you don't want to buy one, I mean, honestly, don't. There's tons of other options out there for KastKing. But if you want titanium, magnesium, carbon fiber, all the great stuff, an amazing self-adjusting braking system, if you want the top technology and the top reel out right now, then check out, I'll put the link in the description down below, the MGTI from KastKing. But hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you like it where I go in depth and I go like kind of off script on what you would see from the normal KastKing products, let me know in the comments down below what KastKing stuff you want me to tell the real truth about of what I like, don't like, and things of that nature. Put it down below, but the description to this reel is down below, along with the code JOSEKK10, and get to work.